In our previous video, we looked at the four-drive theory from Lawrence and Noria, and we were looking at one of the drives, the drive to bond, to form social relationships. And that's going to bring us into another motivational theory. And this one, sorry while I scroll here, is from Donald F. Roy. Donald F. Roy was a drill press operator and then later a U.S. sociologist. And he wrote an article called Banana Time, Job Satisfaction and Informal Interaction. So what he was looking at is in the jobs that he was in, what motivated people. And he was working as a drill press operator, and him and his colleagues working in a Chicago machine shop found that the work was very boring, very monotonous. And man, those days, those shifts, time just passed really slow. So how did they mark the passage of time? How did they know if they were getting to the end of the workday? So according to Roy, how people marked the passage of time was with breaks. So you knew that you were counting down to that next break that you had in your job. And you could count the number of breaks that you've had during the day to determine how close it was until you would go home. The other thing that he found is that workers always looked forward to one event during the day. They called it banana time. So there was a time each morning when someone would steal a banana from a worker's lunch box and hide it somewhere within the business. And this aspect here had nothing to do with the actual job, but people looked forward to it every day. So it's actually the off tasks. The things you do when you're not working, when you're not being super productive, that you do at work that makes work worthwhile. So it's the relationship with your colleagues, so that social bond, that people enjoy about their work. And we need to recognize that as an organization, if we're going to motivate our workers, we can't have them working every second of the day. It's actually the time between tasks. When people are goofing off in the hallway, that's what adds value to the workday to people and motivates them. It's the off-task activities that break up the day. And so if we're building a job, if we're designing a job to motivate people, we need to recognize that we shouldn't schedule them every moment and that we need to allow for that freedom where people feel like they can joke around. They can have some time, a little bit of breathing space. Because that's what motivates them as well, is the social bonds that happen in between the tasks.